We're live. Hopefully audio is not busted, because it normally is, realistically.
Whoa.
Yeah, it looks like we're
Whoa.
balanced. It looks like we can hear both of us. Got a FACEIT game, obviously.
Whoa.
We've got Deimpero versus TA. I can't lie, this is probably the most interesting game that out of any that have really been played in FACEIT so far. I think it's the first time, if I'm not much mistaken, that TA have been streamed. And considering these are maybe just the top two teams, right, in FACEIT Master, then this should be a really good strength showcase of strength for both of them. You know, showing if they're going to be top one, top two, or maybe we'll be messing around with the kind of what are they called, Incendia, Gas Tier 3, kind of the step below, I would say, these teams. Obviously, Deimpero, they've been playing together for at least since the beginning of the year. They were one game away from qualifying to OWCS once or twice. Twice, I think. And TA haven't even tried. They totally started building after OWCS. Obviously, Takuno was on Exfilvione. Don't think anybody else was playing on the team at the time, so it was just picked up off of the Vision Esports team from last year, and Arius, I think, Arius team from last year. Showing I don't know shit about this fucking region. I'm just washed up. Well, washed up EMEA scholar.
You don't know shit about your own region?
Exactly, it's
My
terrible.
guy.
It's terrible.
That's crazy.
Okay, we're gonna be starting with a Samar with Ramatra and Hazard bans by the looks of things.
That's right, because FACEIT bans work different from OWCS.
So FACEIT master bans actually work the same way.
Oh.
But FACEIT expert bans don't, in theory. They shouldn't have been able to ban both tanks, now you're mentioning it. They're supposed to handshake, not do it.
Well, I guess they just really didn't want to play Hazard or Ramatra, man. Like,
I guess so.
Dude, I think it's so funny that, like, we do we go through this ban process, like, in our own, like, CGL matches every week, and every time I have to be like, no, guys, we can't ban Sombra, they just ban Tracer.
Yeah, we do it all the time. Let's see. This game is sorted out, right? Because we should be in-game. Because they've picked this very quickly, but it's still about 2 minutes. Just to make sure, Lottie, you haven't received an invite yet, right?
I'm in game now.
Oh, sick. Fantastic.
None of TA are here, and 3/5 the.
Yeah, I always get worried for the first invite of the series to make sure like I haven't fucked something up or there's no like weird bug in the FACEIT system, you know. So I'm always like, do I need to like swap to my account last second to try and desperately get in or like beg the admins? Obviously, I did the quick esports stream a lot like last year, and that was a lot of just like praying that FACEIT ended up working, but it seems to have so far, which is nice.
That's very funny. That is good. Oh shit, the weekly reset just hit. I can get 3 loot boxes again.
Big if true.
Wow.
I, for one, love gambling.
I am a big fan. And by that I mean, no, I'm not.
No, I feel like loot boxes weren't something I really thought about. But when I was playing with my casual friends, then they were like really into them, you know? They're like, well, I got loot boxes, what do I get? I'll screenshot, you know, all that. So damn,
yeah.
fair enough.
It's like, alright, I mean, you know what? If they into it, they into it. I get it.
It's
So I like how your going live tweet was literally just like saying, hey, I'm streaming this match, roll up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real. That's real.
I like to alternate in between, like, oh, this is everybody, and this is professional, and occasionally just, like, come. I summon thee. I summon thee.
You are being summoned.
Exactly. Listen, the people who want to be here will be here, you know?
For real.
Like, this game is bull. So, like I said, we're just waiting on players to join lobby, and then we will be going into Samar. Got my bands mostly set up. Have I got my sides right side? No, I don't. Need to swap that. Honestly, I've like just woken up. I feel like I'm still trying to warm up into this. You know. You've
Yeah,
actually just woken
that's
up,
right.
but you've got an
No,
excuse because
I
NA
have
time's done.
actually just I have actually just woken up. Dude, I went upstairs and I was gonna make some eggs, but like the cleaner that my parents have hired
Mm.
was in the kitchen, so I just grabbed the protein bar, filled up my water bottle, and now I'm here. So I'm literally working off of like 9 hours of sleep, which is more than I usually get.
Yeah,
A protein bar and some water.
that's
So
that's kind of
let's fucking
cooking.
roll.
No, so that's exactly what I'd do.
I was gonna make some eggs, dude. I was
Mm.
gonna have some
I
fucking fried eggs.
I can't lie. I do not like egg in
Really?
any form. No, I'm fine with like an egg and like a cake. But if someone serves me any sort of egg dish, like quiche, omelette, fried egg, boiled egg, whatever, nah, not for me.
It will. Your mind will be changed if you ever visit me.
I don't think it will, with respect.
I think it will because I do not buy my eggs. I go out to my chicken coop and I go, "What's up, flock? How y'all doing?" And they go,
Dude, I used to live next to or when I'm at home, my parents' house. Then our neighbors have a chicken coop, and it just wakes me up all the time because they'll just be like squawking.
"Well, yeah,
Like
there's no roost. We don't have
yeah.
roosters. Fuck that." But like,
It's not even, no, it's just like my window's right next to them, so they don't even need to be loud.
oh
I just get
yeah.
woken up by chickens, and it drives me nuts.
Teams are currently redoing bans.
Yeah, I thought that looked a bit questionable.
Gotcha.
Ugh. Yeah, it turns out the double tank bans are a little bit goofy. But no, so I guess for everybody's benefit, then just to remind people, it's the OWCS system of bans. Bans are done after each individual map. So you ban for map one, and then you ban for play map one, then you ban for map two, play map two, etc., etc. Whereas in expert and below, where you just ban everything for the series in one go and play through it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sounds miserable.
It's pretty good, honestly. If you like playing against one trick teams, because if you're playing into a one trick team, you just ban Wrecking Ball 5 times. What are they gonna do? Play ball? You know. So that's why when it went to voting, then most teams elected to keep the old system, rather than have no bans at all. Because if you're a one-trick team, then you're going to vote against it. If you're not a one-trick team, you're going to go vote for it because it gives you a huge advantage against those teams. Which is fair enough.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Good. Fuck them one tricks.
Sort of real. I do get both sides. I think the optimal solution is obviously that we just get to actually have the OWCS system, but FACEIT are working on that. We hear. The current timeline, I believe, was they should have the OWCS system ready in time for playoffs, but there's even no official confirmation of that. So we'll wait and see how that decides to play out. See how
Oh hell yeah.
how are TA doing so far?
Dude, several of my friends just got announced to be casting the next few like online platform fighter majors. Hell yeah, I'd love to see it.
I love to see it.
That's my boy George. That's my boy Silas. That's my girl Ritual. I don't know her actual name.
Esports moment.
Esports moment.
Deimpero lost to Uremir, right? Did they FF? They didn't. They just lost. That happened. Sorry. So in theory, I would say Deimpero is one of the strongest teams here. Uremir, I would say, were middle of the road, but apparently it didn't work out for them, which is a bit curious. I would kind of expect this to be 3-0 the other way, and normally you'd think it's an FF, but no, considering there's stats from each of these maps, it showed that they just lost, which is really curious. I might have to pay more attention to Uremir. Earlier team I got to cast a bunch in CGL last year. But I thought they were just like good. You know, I think they got kind of smacked by like 0907, who's like a very middle of the pack, I'd say. Like maybe top tier 3 team in Europe. So that's a very curious result. Because I was just looking about what scores these teams had. Deimpero close win over Arias. So Deimpero have been kind of struggling actually in FACEIT League. Whereas TA are 6-0, I believe, in map score, just kind of cooking people.
The timer just ran out on the FACEIT page. I don't know if that means anything, but like it says aborted on there.
Well, yeah, they had to redo bans, so that's what was happening.
Oh, okay, I see.
So we're waiting for that to all get sorted
thanks
out.
for the follow.
Let's take a quick gander at what's happening in lobby so I can see. Redoing bans. We'll hope they get back in a second.
Don't know how to ban one hero. Oh my god.
It happens.
That's so funny.
We've all been there before.
No, I get it. I understand. I know how it be.
Thanks, Asterix, for the follow, by the way. Hopefully we're going live as soon as possible. But it's all to do with when the teams actually get their page sorted out.
Yeah, it'd be great, you know. Do you think I have time for another quick play match?
I don't think you do. I'd be so weird with you, boss man. Like at a stretch, there'd be enough time for like one like TX EXX. You know.
I'm just gonna hop in Vaxa while I'm waiting.
Just shooting targets. Fair enough. Okay, we're slowly getting players in lobby. We've got 3 in so far. Eventually we'll get there.
Back to the lobby.
You've been invited back to the
lobby.
lobby?
Did end up shutting down again.
Yeah. Well, lovely. Bit jank so far, I can't lie.
I might just have to message these guys and be like, hello, hi, hello.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be like dragged, no? Into the page. We'd have to resubmit the FACEIT page link. Let's see. So that's aborted. So you said you're not in lobby, right, Lottie?
Just in from an unknown source. Waiting on admins to restart bans because it's auto banned too.
Yeah, okay, I see. So we wait on admins first. I was hoping it'd be a nice and easy stream, but we do have to have some fill, so that's a bit unlucky.
Always got to be at least some amount of technical difficulties.
Like we were saying, I think we were saying yesterday. I can't remember if you were there, but I think you were. Then we should come prepared with like fill topics, you know.
Yeah,
we start talking about like sandwich tier lists or something.
Dude, I could go on for days about sandwiches.
Yeah.
Big sandwich guy.
Honestly, I feel like my best sandwich experience was just a club chicken sandwich in this random cafe in like East London. I had it fucking life-changing, dude.
Okay.
Just like the simple, you know. Simple is often best.
Simplicity in sandwiches is not a bad thing.
Exactly.
I understand. I want to say a few months ago, my brother found a recipe in like one of those. My family like kept a bunch of the old like recipe magazines.
Yeah.
Like that my parents got when they first got married, and my brother was just digging through one of them, and he found this recipe for this sandwich, bacon chicken provolone sandwiches. They were fucking delicious.
Bacon chicken provolone. That does sound pretty fucking good, to be fair.
It was very good. I made them again recently. Very good.
Diabolical.
There was another recipe that my other brother found a little while ago that was chicken, like a breaded chicken with pesto, tomato sauce, and mozzarella cheese. That was also very, very good.
That does sound also pretty amazing.
No, I'm very I consider myself quite lucky to have a mother who like drilled into my head the importance of knowing how to cook for myself. So
Hell to the yeah, I am an advocate for learning how to cook. for yourself. I posted a singular I've posted one recipe on Twitter. Can't think of anything universal that people can cook that's like of
Yeah.
remote nutritional value.
I feel like
Or
as... Oh, no, you say.
something that's a solid meal. Like I have a pasta sauce, right? It's made of like sofrito, which is obviously a mirepoix, but with garlic. Mirepoix is carrot, onion, celery. And it's so good. It can be thinned out into a soup, thickened into a pizza or calzone sauce. It can be used as pasta sauce, lasagna sauce. Like, it's brilliant.
That does sound really nice.
It's loaded with vegetables as well, because I'm a firm believer, and if you can hide it, it tastes even better.
True.
Might be a cook, actually. Right, a T9C, thank you for cheering one bit. Keep the change.
One bit.
Yeah,
Big
for a baller
bit.
like you, honestly, thanks so much for the donation. I think it's always fun getting the GOAT T9C around. But no, with the cooking, like I really like to cook. I'm just like lazy. So I alternate
so
between
real.
like I will meal prep, like I'll just make like enough like burrito topping for like, or filling rather, for like a week, or I'm going to spend 5 hours in the kitchen making like, I don't know, bread or something for this dish because it needs a specific type
My
of bread.
biggest gripe is going to university, and there's people who like refuse to learn how to cook. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
about not knowing
hard.
how to cook. Like it's
It's
one
not
thing to not know
difficult.
how to cook. Like I know some people grow up in circumstances where they either don't get the option to cook, don't have space, time, that sort of thing. I completely respect that. Been there, done that. I used to work in a kitchen, and the last thing I'd want to do when I go home is cook. But then not wanting to, like, not making an effort, it's like you're burning a hole in your pocket.
Actively.
I think my brother does this. He just doesn't know how to cook. I know, like, he still lives at home, so he doesn't technically have to. But, like, how have you got to the age of 18 and all you can make is, like, scrambled eggs? Like...
Not even scrambled eggs, like how all you can make is toast.
Yeah, that's even worse.
My biggest gripe is when, like, it seems to be a bigger thing in guys than girls, and I think that's just, like,
Yeah.
a standard, like, age and hobby thing. Of guys saying they can cook, but it's guys putting things in ovens. Putting thing out of box onto tray into oven.
That is not cooking. That is, like, oven food does not count as cooking.
That's following instructions.
Exactly. I mean, all cooking is really just following the instructions, right? At the end of the day. Like, and like most, like, you need to get the chemical reaction right, and then you can do whatever you want around that. But no, I get like especially when you're at uni with your roommates, and you see the fridge is just filled up with like oven, like TV dinners. It's like, man, it ain't gonna be like this.
It can't. We can't just do this.
Exactly.
This one thing.
I'm still so traumatized. I had a guy in my first year accommodation. All he would do was air fry chicken. What? Like an entire year, all I saw him do, he'd buy like fucking oven, like chicken nuggets, air fry them. All I ever saw him eat. Fucking psychopath. You know? Like,
That just sounds like Egdar.
it does actually. No, okay, but he does it in like a protein maxing way. You know?
Oh yeah.
This guy just does it because he was a fucking weapon.
My
weapon.
unrelated to this, like completely, but really random. My stepbrother has just requested to follow me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn's fucked up.
That's funny.
We have a mutual
all-
connection.
Yeah, who is it?
I'm so confused. Let me have a look. I don't know why he's requested me on. I'm just like, I don't even know.
I don't. LinkedIn is, I feel like, the most unserious social media. You know?
Yes.
It,
Okay.
yeah.
It was somebody. It was somebody that taught us both in secondary school.
Ah. But like every single time I go on it, it's people with being like, my Fortnite victory royale helps me trade day stocks, and it. how have you come to this conclusion? You know.
Jesus Christ. A Vexta Genji bot just deflected my own pulse bomb back at me.
You
Should
might
I hang it up?
just retire. Just retire. Just retire. Thanks, William, for the follow. We're just waiting on the game right now. Should come through soon. TM waiting on admins to get this thing started.
Dang, I am CGLing it up this week, it appears.
Yeah, they have like no prod staff right now, so there's like a million casters and just no observers or producers.
I'm observing every single EU match this weekend.
Are you? That's actually brutal. I haven't looked at the schedule yet.
Did you put yourself down for anything, Spectreon?
I put myself down for a couple, I think.
I don't see your name on here at all.
Okay.
You've been freed for a week.
Spectreon. I said I could do a couple days. Oh, I'm doing one day. Well, I'm looking at the wrong week. So I put myself down in the wrong week. It's week 4, right?
Who up CGing they L?
I might actually put myself in the wrong week. Like a moron.
I should probably maybe if CGL has like a surplus of casters, maybe I shouldn't then, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, I just forgot to put myself down. Like a fucking moron.
Lamau?
Admins have fixed the issue, they believe, so it shouldn't be too long now before we get into game.
Huge.
I forgot to put myself...
To be fair, you can probably keep yourself comfortably on standby, though.
Yeah. I'm probably just gonna fill in any match. Because Noyan's been more convenient to me.
Wednesday, definitely. Thursday, I can definitely do. Friday, I can absolutely. Saturday and Sunday, I should be able to do. I just need to make sure I'm not doing anything. But I doubt I will because I don't like going out in the evening.
You're an inside type of guy.
Well, it's just the fact that it's cold out,
Yeah,
and none of my friends that I do evening stuff with are in London, so...
Yeah. Honestly, like, I'm not saying it's hot, but, like, Glasgow is no longer, like, piss cold anymore. It doesn't take 4 days for my clothes to dry on the rack. I'm so happy about it.
Dude, all of the snow on the ground here melted, like, overnight the other day. It was fucking crazy. It was, like, I've never seen anything like it.
Shit just vanishes. Lineup
Global
being
warming
finalized.
in real time.
We should be going in soon, TM. The bands are now correct.
The sweet invoice.
Let's go! It's only 25 minutes late. That's life, though. Okay, change my band. So the new bands are Ramatra and Lucio.
We're going straight in. Holy moly.
Yeah, I think everyone's had enough dicking around, realistically. Okay.
We go in.
Finally stop staring at my face. I'm actually observing today. TA Deimpero, indeed. Indeed.
They're asking to ban me in match chat.
Why you got shooters?
It's Gucci. Gucci shoots at me because he's the only person that I know that is the same height.
Yeah.
Gucci, if they qualify through into OWCS, might be the shortest OWCS player ever.
Wait, I actually didn't know. He's like 5 foot. How?
5'1", 5'2", I want to... Actually, no, he's probably 5'3", 5'4".
Okay.
I'm like 5'1", 5'2".
Honestly, we gotta normalize high heels for guys. Because...
I think we should have, personally, I think we should do a Lottie Gucci boxing show match. Winner gets to keep Takuno.
We should just do that as a side thing at Stockholm.
Side thing? That's the main fucking event.
Do you think DreamHack will let us have a boxing ring in the middle of like fucking venue?
Bro, what did they have last time? Like Tyler won, the Saiyan Man. No one gives a fuck about that. Lottie v Gucci.
Real.
That's for real.
Real shit.
That'd be so heat.
Fire.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Stockholm again. That was probably the highlight of my year, I can't lie.
Dude, I want to go this
Mm.
year so fucking bad. We'll see what happens, but
Have you tried winning the lottery?
mm, you have a point. I should
Exactly.
start gambling.
True. Have you heard of this great game called poker?
Dude, we were just talking about
I know
this
we
shit
were.
last
I
night.
know we were.
I called you to tell you about something cool that happened to me, and 10 minutes later you were like, okay, so poker, right?
Yeah, the game's so good. Okay, it's enough waffle. Cast the app is finally done. We can talk
Yep,
about some
sir.
Overwatch. Here we go. TA going to be playing against Deimpero. The bans are Ramatra and Lucio. It took so bloody long.
Why is a Kendrick song calling for Lottie Ban? Like, that's crazy.
Peekaboo's Gucci.
Ah, I see. Dude, low key, I've been listening to GNX a little bit more recently.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
It is. That's a
banger.
really strong one. What is Lottie? Some
Some
animal is crazy.
Crazy.
That has we might have to ban Gucci from Spectre on chat. He's not even here, but it's a principle. Okay, we've got some team comps. Remember, Ram and Lucio are banned, so we're probably seeing like Juno Brig 24/7. Alba's also basically a Brig one trick. Takuno's one of the better Junos in EMEA, so it makes a lot of sense they're heading towards something like this. Deimpero playing Orisa because Crocs is an Orisa. Not one trick, but definitely a player. But Kiwi being on the Kiriko rather than the Brig means that this backline is somewhat exploitable. The lack of flanks mean that probably won't happen, though.
Yeah, probably not. The only difference is here, like you say, the tank and one of the supports on each team, but double flex coming out from Deimpero. This Kiriko, I think, is going to be a very important key piece of this composition, just to see how this goes.
Big kill already.
Early pick onto Kyo. Big shot coming out from that railgun, and right off the bat, we're seeing some aggression from TA just to capitalize off of that. So, first capture goes the way of TA.
Yeah, that it does. Nice and easy for them. At the end of the day, they just hit a quick railgun. Get the Takuna perspective, of course. Does his best to farm up an Orbital Ray so far. No great canyon in between him and Gogo. But maybe that's going to change as the pressure begins to increase on Tama.
Lauren out, swinging pretty wide onto the point, but does not get punished for it. But Alva is going to be the first one to fall in this fight here. So Deimpero already finding a rather quick response into this fight. But a couple players are still pretty low. They will get healed up. Deimpero is going to flip very early on, but 28% still pretty significant for TA.
Yeah, it's a nice amount of progress. They'll be able to walk in with a bit of a lead on their ult, so the Ray fight is going to be humongous here. I mean, TA will be basically invulnerable during that cardiac cycle, but outside of it, Deimpero might have an easier time finding some value, because I assume both teams are just going to throw the kitchen sink at each other here.
Early Ray from Deimpero, but a very quick response from TA, and that Molten Core as well is going to be out and early, just forcing Deimpero back a little bit. They do also burn the Kitsune Rush just to ensure that they're able to force TA back, and doesn't look like they're going to use much else.
This is such good ebb and flow from TA. They're staying alive just about Deimpero investing arguably more, and now they can walk in with their rally and out-brawl the opposition. OC's mirrored out, but Tama's the first to fall.
Tama, but Kiwi falls right after both of the Sojourns, finding eliminations here, but
Peekaboo
Kyo is going to be the first one to fall down. Peekaboo just finding 2 picks back-to-back, and Deimpero doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold on to this point for a whole lot longer.
It's pretty bloody close from both these sides, but at the end of the day, 67% is where the Buck's going to stop. Both teams use basically all their ultimates. Tama's Cage is going to be the only check mark here, and I gotta say, into an Orisa comp, it's somewhat harder to find value than it would be into maybe something like a Winston than a Doomfist, right? So if they can find a Cage onto Kiwi or Kyo, those are going to be the best catches, but Croc is probably just going to moonwalk in and do his best to mitigate what value it can find.
Yeah, for sure. Both of these Torbs building up to... I can only imagine they're both playing wall turret on a map like Samoa, right? Like super heavy vertical.
Oh my!
But it looks like they aren't even going to need Cage here. 3 picks for TA just to seal this fight before it even really begins. Yeah, that's just beautiful. That's just beautiful stuff. No notes. Cinema.
Lead here for TA. They have Also managed to make it through that last fight without spending any check marks. So when it comes to this fight, which could be, you know, the final one here on Volcano, then they'll have a Molten Core and a cage for sure. This is no longer when you're looking about solo caging. You want to catch as many people as possible and force them into that world of pain.
And they're going to be hurting a lot. In goes charged, but not... There it is. Pulls the trigger on the cage eventually, and Crocs is caught in the middle of all of it. Kiwi falling to the Molten Core as well, unable to escape that cage, and that should just do it for TA, taking that first point pretty handily.
Yeah, it took them a while to actually figure out how to crack the Deimpero defense, but once they found that solution, it felt like they were 95% of the way to just winning out the map instantly, right? They kind of just cruised all the way through, and because of that, then, well, we see it here, 1-0, and heading towards Beach now. I mean, will that change much? I was going to assume not, but TA wants to play something very, very different. Anna Brig Winston here. But the DPS aren't changing just yet. This gives you strong dives, yes, but you're diving into Torb and Orisa. So whilst, yes, the backline is exploitable, I'd imagine that this is well, it's going to be pretty painful to play. Peekaboo on the sim, and yeah, they're just baiting in spawn. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah. Okay, man. Okay. We could have had something special. What does Peekaboo end up doing here? He is going to go back to the Torb, so it'll be a little while before he gets to the point, but we are going to see both teams still sticking with that Torbjorn. Not really all that shocking here.
I mean, it's pretty effective. I will say, a bit curious that it wasn't Lauren going for the TP, because with a Soj slide you can somewhat match pace, but I guess they wanted the Soj on positioning more than everything else. Crocs is trying to get involved so far, but not finding anything to get his teeth sunk into. Takuna's caught out, and the Torb turret's going to remove him.
They went in for that kill, and I respect it. I mean, if you can get rid of that Juno first fight, then it's looking very solid. And despite everybody being kind of low right now, you aren't really going to be able to capitalize really.
Trade gap.
Despite a couple of trades, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. Deimpero, first capture.
Yeah, I got a little bit too goofy there. That catch on Takuno so early made it so only having the break heals just was simply not enough. Orisa shield does kind of give me PTSD, I can't lie. Seeing that cooldown dumps out again. But it's no problem just yet.
What years?
Oh, we want old Orisa back. This shit was so ass, dude.
Oh, God.
But it's very effective to hold space, and it means that Malga on the poke phase gets actually 0 value. He can't get any of that self-healing that he needs to still survive, right?
Yep. But unfortunately, in cage fight, you do still lose that out on that spear spin, which is so nice as a response to getting caged. But not even going to be a factor in this fight here. Tama finding a couple of phenomenal picks very early on, and Deimpero, they do get 47 out of the first fight, which is more than the first fight gained last time. So we will take that if we're Deimpero.
That's true, but they also weren't able to retake it in that last one. So they have found somewhat more, but have they found enough to find success? I kind of don't want to say so, as Crocs gets slammed. His day's been kind of ruined, and even though he'll be able to survive, then the pressure, the space force from Dama is more than enough. And with the flex support gap onto Kiwi, I mean, TA is still in control.
Yeah, and Kiwi falls crucially after using the Kitsune Rush there, so that is just not available here now. Those shots! What am I looking at, man? That was beautiful.
Peekaboo might just be the GOAT. It's as simple as that. TA building up to a heavy ult bank here. With that stagger kill, then they can push forward more if they wish to, but instead decide to play the point angles. Those are a smidgen more comfortable for them. That turret is incredibly cringe. Gucci, what is that?
What is that turret? I feel like you barely, like, maybe a little further forward so we can see more of the point, but I don't know about that spot. But either way, down go a couple of ultimates here from both sides. Peekaboo finding a pick on a pack very early on here, and that's going to be a lot of value gained from TA out of just, like, a couple ultimates. They do still hold on to overclock as well, so it'll be interesting going forward to see what Deimpero does to respond, but they don't have a lot to work with here. They are coming up on a meteor strike, and that's about it.
I feel like if you're a TA, then you want to sit back, just let your OC angles play itself. Deimpero don't really have countermeasures. Yeah, Crocs and hard int onto Lauren, but that's a very risky play, and your reward is relatively low as well. Peekaboo almost over peaks, but able to conserve his life at least for now. OC rips.
No way. Keo goes down to the disruptor shot before the fight even really breaks out, and that's 3 players down. TA taking Samoa pretty phenomenally.
Phenomenally is probably the word I'd use for it as well. They kind of steamroll over their opposition, and Deimpero, a team that we were kind of saying was, super close to beating some of the top teams in EMEA, and probably have done it in the scrims, kind of just get stomped realistically. Let's take a quick gander at the stats if I can.
Yeah, they got walked on. They got walked over. It was not close. There was not a lot going on there, unfortunately. But I mean, you gotta give credit where credit's due. This was some phenomenal gameplay coming out from Iguchi and Tama in particular. That Torbjorn was not being stopped.
Yeah, because he's so short, then all the bullets just went over his head, so nobody killed him.
True.
But no, realistically, I mean, it's just everybody on the side of TA Zero who just weren't dying, all at 2 kills apiece, or 2 deaths rather apiece. Just all playing incredibly consistently, all playing as basically one unit, and unfortunately, the same could not be said of Deimpero, who kind of got cooked, realistically. I mean, no one looks like they're playing like out of their world terribly, but they're not killing things and they're dying. It's as simple as that, realistically.
It is kind of unfortunate. That does just happen sometimes. You go into a game, you do plenty of damage, but unfortunately, just whether it's because one pick went a way you didn't want it to, or like there just wasn't enough effective ult usage, things just don't die and you lose out. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, it even happens to me. Shit, sadly enough.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go that far.
So the next map's gonna be Eichenwalde. The bans are going to be Venture and Kiriko. So I feel like having the Lucio in is going to be definitely stronger for Deimpero. I think that, as I recall, Gogo, I think it's Kiwi who's the main support. I think they are much more of a Lucio player than a Brave player. The Venture ban, I'm not sure will have much effect, because Venture's just kind of not that fantastic now. But we'll see if it has any more bites. But Deimpero kind of got smacked that last map, so they really need to come back sooner rather than later.
Very true, very true. Hold on, I don't have any valuable insight to give right now, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm doing something for a bit later.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I'll keep it in mind. Okay, I will.
Yeah. Just don't forget the Getster bit.
Yeah. Okay, I will be scared of that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sides haven't swapped. We're heading straight in, actually. So Eichenwalde going to be coming in a little bit. Of course, all the wonderful observing has been done by Lottie, who is the GOAT.
Shout out Lottie.
Yep.
Who I had not ever spoken to before today, but is wonderful. Big fan.
Her reputation precedes
Yeah, give it like a few more minutes and you'll regret saying that. I do apologize.
Honestly, I think Lottie has the highest concentration of hate per inch I think I've ever met. You know, like it's like how short people always anger someone like some Napoleon.
Kendrick Lamar is truly my muse. Okay, I aspire to be like him.
Extreme hater energy. I love it.
Yeah.
It has to be like giga concentrated to make up for all the whimsy I also happen to contain about silly little things.
So it's like counterbalancing it then.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's fucking funny.
I think the last time I actually cast Eichenwalde, I think I was casting Nightmare Rotate, and I think they were Life Weaver pestling a Malga over the rooftop on cooldown. So I hope that doesn't happen again. It just does. It does insane damage to my mental. TA are playing standard comp, at least for them, with Tama on the Malga, Deimpero on the Queen comp. So they're looking to survive the first cycle, then they probably just win with superior DPS value. TA, normally I would say would just try and run you over, but because they're playing double poke DPS, and they're probably just trying to burn cooldown, burn resources, as the pack already drops low to the top turret.
Forced to back out pretty quickly here, but Down goes that turret, so a lot of that pressure suddenly not going to be able to be put out, and suddenly players go down on both sides. But Deimpero gets the better side of those trades. A couple players falling for TA, and suddenly they can't easily pressure this point. So progress goes the way of Deimpero until Pack goes down, and
Nice
suddenly there
retake.
is a recontest, and Lauren gonna hit a couple of phenomenal railgun headshots, forcing the entirety of Deimpero off the point for now, and Kiwi just gets staggered to oblivion.
Yeah, not long for this world at all. TA do a fantastic job on that retake there. Deimpero, I thought, had that every day of the week. Dude, Crocs has been staggered into a different time period. It's a different century. Good lord.
That's crazy. That's insane.
So
I don't know
now
how Crocs is...
I don't know how he's there. I don't know why he's peeking. But hey, listen, that's a minute and a quarter of the time bank. That's TA who have been able to stop the progress at 90.7%. And it's them with a significant lead on their OC because Lauren was just able to do so much. See if that's a factor in this upcoming fight, as Crocs and Co probably want to take it as fast as possible again.
Going in here, Crocs finding a lot of early damage onto this Malga, but obviously this character very capable of sustaining himself for a very long time, so it's just a matter of can these supports stay alive for Deimpero, keeping Crocs up for a long time. Kiwi falls very low, but it is Peekaboo who falls first in the fight. Crocs does eventually go down next, and the overclock is going to be a big factor in this. Lauren doesn't end up finding too much other than a pick on to Go-Go, but that could well be enough regardless. Kiwi using the orbital ray, and a couple more picks come through despite being down players. Deimpero, they're going to capture the first point.
Yeah, Pack is hitting shots right now and looks for more. Can't convert it. What is that get away from me air pulse from Peekaboo? that one should basically... That should confirm your death, but Pack decides to show mercy in the face of dishonor. And at the end of the day, that will be the cart rolling. 4 minutes on that time bank. TA do have a bit of a lead in terms of their check marks, but it is relatively low, and not having a cleanse nor a beat into the Queen is going to be an issue for them.
I mean, what are they supposed to do about this Dragon Blade realistically, right? Like, you can't use it now because you're locked up in the cage, and you've now used the rally. Oh, and the orbital. Okay, so this is not going to be a fun blade to have to deal with, but Peekaboo does get a couple of stabilizing kills. All 3 of those final blows with a quick melee.
I like the Winston swap, actually, on second phase of the map. I think it's a lot harder for the Queen just to run you over, and while the power pulls are going to be big, you're less incentivized to, like, 5 stack as you would with a Malga. So it's going to find proportionally less value, right? I was a bit worried about that last fight. I thought that was maybe not clutchable, but they were able to hit the necessary shots. Enough ults invested, perhaps. What a knife onto Lauren. This man's just dead walking, surely.
Surely, but
wait, this is a 0 damage Dragon Blade. This is 0 damage Dragon Blade.
That's
Oh.
right. I was like, I like how I was gassing it up, like, oh, this is gonna be a big Dragon Blade. No, there's nothing that can stop it. It gets nothing done.
Dude, I thought the French were good at fencing. Oh, that's brutal from Pack. Oh, some free push coming through from Deimpero, but TA just biding their time until a push can come through, until a hit can exist. Pressure onto Crocs early, but surely he's not punished for it.
Surely. Okay, it doesn't look like it. He is stabilizing under the bridge, and they're still moving this cart forward. Getting up past this bridge is going to be massive for them, and they know where the entirety of TA is right now. Pack just marking them down, and eventually in goes Tama. Does fall very quickly, and despite an overclock on the flank, I'm not sure they're going to be able to stop this one.
It doesn't seem like it. With 2 kills going in favor of Deimpero. That even though Lauren manages to find a triple kill, this man is a weapon! A nuclear bomb playing Overwatch, but unfortunately not enough to stabilize Deimpero. They've got to be feeling the sting after that, though, because that was absolutely terrifying. TA, listen,
insane.
It kind of sucks that you're playing Monkey on 3rd point. The Monkey's forced to frontline trade, and he's probably the worst tank in the game for that, you know, at least ahead of Wrecking Ball. But you've still got Orbital Ray, you've got a Pulse Bomb, you've almost got a Primal, so you're probably in an ult and swap kind of scenario. You've got to pray that you can actually get to that point, though.
I love the fact that Juno can headshot crit now. It's very funny to me for no particular reason. But either way, Tama going down very early in this fight. It's like you say, frontline trading is super important on this point. Not a lot of high ground for the Winston to work with. And oh, that is a massive rampage from Crocs. Finding everybody left. That's going to be so much free distance. if I'm Tama, I'm swapping now, but looks like he does want to see if he can find a way to use this primal range. He's not even gonna get the chance.
Just obliterated. Ray's at least going to be active, but it's not going to do too much at all. Peekaboo desperately tries to find the one clip, but Gucci's pulse pistols just don't do enough damage. A break on the turret is simply not what you'd want. But hey, maybe there's a chance for a kill. Maybe the closer respawns force TA, give them a chance.
Fox finds another pick on Lauren, and Gogo.
Ah, no, can't touch.
205 for Deimpero right now.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, so in about 40 seconds, you guys are going to see a sign.
Okay.
I want you to read me what that sign says and check that I am not going insane.
Okay.
We will read the sign.
I will read the sign when I see it.
This feels like we were all kind of talking about like prophecies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is this sign? Please, Oracle, tell me. What do my dreams mean? But no, honestly, like, remembering what happened on Samoa and flipping it to what we see now, I mean, I kind of get it. Like, TA, I would assume, aren't going to be playing much, like, Lucio Kiri stuff, especially because Kiri is banned, Albert doesn't play Lucio, really. So why the Queen is finding so much success is I think we're, like, basically at 2 fight wins for 2 rampages. But it's still such a script flip from what we saw before. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a completely different team that we're looking at right now. It seems like, but either way, I don't want to count TA out. I mean, we saw the performance they put up on Samoa, so they're absolutely capable of just steamrolling, especially now that they're back over to this Mauga. We saw them go over to that Winston on the 2nd and 3rd point, but I think that it makes a lot of sense for them now to come out here. Yeah, I'm not sure what sign we're looking at here.
I think we were just on it.
I do pause in it. My timing just might not be great. It's been a long day.
Was it just before the map started? Or the fight started?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on our screen and I wasn't looking. We were yapping.
It said Aaron Keller and I was like, wait a minute.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
That's a guy.
Imagine the Rack Attack 9/11 pose. Image.
That can be arranged. That can be arranged. Early pressure onto Alba. Normally the Brig is not the greatest 1v1 into the Has, but we'll be able to escape at least for now. Peekaboo trades that 1-for-1. But with Crocs going down, surely that's going to be enough. Oh, extra pack there. They're able to survive.
I mean, yeah, that whip shot from Alba, just inside the room finding Crocs with a max range whip shot. I mean, just well played on that part. But either way, like, eventually the pressure just becomes too much, and that's a one fight, and you've captured the first point. Really well done from TA.
An extra minute and change now pushing through into the 2nd point. Their comp does kind of suck balls for 2nd point. Like, let's be realistic about it, right? You're playing Mauga, and whilst it's very kind of Deimpero that they aren't playing like double hit scan or Torb Soj to just like poke you out infinitely, you're still going to take a lot of damage. Crocs elects to take the frontline trade, which might end up being his downfall, as TA might be able to just match that.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an interesting composition to be playing into right now. Missiles come out from Takuno, and the map has essentially been flipped right now. TA on a completely different angle right now. Alba going to be the first to fall on their side to this overclock, but doesn't look like Kia's going to be able to find anything else off the back of it. Oh, that Torb goes down immediately as well. Trades just back and forth, but Gogo finding several final blows. Make it 3 in this fight. Can he make it a 4th? I don't think so, but
no, it doesn't seem
like
it.
Just going to keep rolling.
Tama's going to do his best not to get staggered here. I don't think he will, because Alba's now peeky and got the rally online. Should some extra sustain be necessitated? I hate that word. But, yeah. TA, somehow stable, will be able to get this progress.
Why didn't you just say necessary?
Fuck you.
Dragon Blade is out. Turret is going to pressure him out a little bit, and he's just going to be forced to dash away. I mean, Zoning Blade, really.
We have actually not seen a single Dragon Blade limit, feels like. It's not been particularly deadly here on Eichenwalde. Poking. both Malgas, but popping the card here would be borderline suicide. The ability to get this card all the way out from under the bridge is super nice for TA. They can use it as cover, and an instant cage onto Crocs is going to spell the man's demise before the cage comes through, or the beat comes through.
Yep, several players are going to fall here for sure. That should just be a point to capture here. Absolutely nothing Deimpero can do to stop it right now. They use the beat and all of that as well to try to survive through the cage, and it just is not even close to enough. Hack is going to swap from the Genji over to the Torbjorn, and this is what I wanted to see from the beginning. I think that Genji just wasn't putting in enough work. Those Dragon Blades just not finding value in the slightest. But the moment you get a Molten Core rolling, potentially, that's where we can start cooking with gas a little bit.
OC pops early. Ray mirrored out. Gogo's instantly dead here. Not the start that maybe you wanted. Peekaboo at least is traded, so Gucci's mistake may come back to bite them. A repressure with the Orbital Ray. TA, I think, have won this particular ebb and flow, and they're going to confirm it with a kill on to Crocs. They can push up more. They'd love some exit frags. They'd love to chase and battle, but an OC maybe makes that tricky.
Oh, yeah, OC makes it tricky, but he is also pretty isolated right now. Yeah, he's just going to get walked down by Lauren. Nobody's going to be able to do anything about it, and Pac goes down as well. Alba falling is really nice for Deimpero, but I still don't think they have the sustain necessary to really hold on to this for super long. They do have a cage, but Kiwi falls. Can't heal Crocs through all of this. A couple more picks come out, but it's not going to be easy for Deimpero to hold on at this point. Peekaboo falls, and that should be TA finishing with an even better time bank.
I thought
215 was impressive. We thought 215 was impressive.
3+ minutes on the time bank is kind of brutal, honestly. Like, you finished with really good time. You know, congratulations to Deimpero. Unfortunately, they kind of got cooked. There's no two ways about it there.
A little bit.
TA had, what, one stop? They got stopped like when they were pushing through the first fight of second. And other than that, it's just zero resistance, like a hot knife through butter, realistically. They got 3 minutes and 5 seconds to do what they can on their own extra innings. Deimpero, of course, going to be attacking first. A 2-minute time bank going to be enough to at least ult bank off of. And they're back over to the Orisa comp. So is they're kind of their bread and butter. So far, it hasn't really worked out for them, but hey, maybe something changes.
Yeah, potentially here.
It does kind of say Aaron Keller. I see now. I see now.
Oh my god.
Udenkeller. What is that? What is that in Deutsch?
Really funny.
I'm gonna Google Translate that real quick.
Udenkeller. That's very funny. I did not. Not turret spotted! That's really funny.
I'm still Google translating it. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, fair enough.
Is it important to be Udenkeller? Watch seller, apparently. Is that like a watch shop?
How about that?
Yeah.
A watchmaker? Okay.
Yeah. Good to know. I can't think of a pun here. There feels like there's one, but I can't find it. There's a free rotate here for Deimpero. They've been able to make it to right side basically uncontested, and they're swinging out now. TA have lost basically all space bar the point side. That's all they really need to be, especially considering they've got Malga right with the 2 hearts perk. Could just live indefinitely there, but with Gucci dying, maybe not the start they're looking for.
I'm still trying to think of an Aaron Keller, Udenkeller pun.
Dude, Lauren's dead as well. Listen.
Aaron Keller? I barely know her.
Thank you, Lottie.
Oh.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal work. I might. Next land, I'm gonna avoid the fuck out of you just for that. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Overwatch lands and in the UK, unheard of.
Hey, no, it could be Stockholm.
Damn, avoiding someone at Stockholm is like crazy.
Damn, I'm on the international ban list.
Yeah, for real. Okay.
We'll see how it is.
Yeah, we'll see how it's gonna go as they try and lock down this hold of second. They already kind of crumbled on their first defense. See if they can repeat it. 35 seconds left on the bank. A touch. Basically, oh, you over-peaking little sausage.
Can't believe you over-peaked that, and that's just a phenomenal knife from Crocs calling in Peekaboo, and that is gonna be more distance gained. 20 seconds remaining, and Deimpero are looking really solid on the ultimate
Dude.
front. This Rampage could seal the deal on second point, potentially.
Dude, Lauren has 38% of an OC. He has not had a chance to play the video game.
No.
Huge purple coming through there. Tama, Lauren, Gucci,
my
all one
God.
shot, and Gucci's going to be the first to fall. Q, Italy's traded. Go. Plays with fire as submission, but this time not burnt. And this is a decent position, all things considered, for TA.
So Crocs does get good use out of that Rampage, but unfortunately, the team not able to really capitalize on it. Lauren finally finding a pick onto Gogo there, and the cage is going to come out and just
The Kiwi's off the
potentially
map.
seal the deal here. Kiwi's going to fall. Everybody's going to fall, but this is a decent push for overtime with only 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, for 2 minutes, you'll take this every damn day of the week, realistically. I mean, Deimpero probably patting themselves on the back, but that being said, both these teams have been pretty shit, realistically, when it comes to these defenses, right? So I think we do also have to remember that they're by no means out of the woods yet. CA could just do the same thing that they did on that round number 2 to Deimpero and bring this series to a 2-0 spot.
Yeah, they're not out of the woods. They're not in the clear. It's not looking amazing for them right now. You know, it's 3 minutes. Okay, that like I just want to emphasize that TA have 3 minutes and 5 seconds to work with. As long as Deimpero can hold this first point for at least one fight, I think they're looking at least okay. But it's still gonna be rough. Because the moment that cage fight happens and locks down at least 1 or 2 players, you're not feeling great if you're Deimpero. So, I don't know. It'll come down to, I think, holding on to this first point at least for one fight.
Right, and see what they can manage. Die Crusaders stay in Vasha. That's oddly Stasi, almost. It means the Crusaders are watching. And I know it's like they're protecting, but like, damn. You know? Anyway, enough about my musings on Germany. No comp changes. I think it's kind of too late for that. Except for Pac being on that Torbjorn. Lauren doesn't have a chance to play the video game. He's been first pick like 3 fights in a row. I kind of feel for him because he was so strong on map 1.
That is genuinely tragic. The stomp comes out and it's gonna lower a couple players' HP pretty significantly, but Tama's going to be the first to fall to 0 in this fight. And just like that, we're looking at a roughly even time bank to what TA and Deimpero are starting like a proper fight with. Losing Lauren that early sucks for them.
Dude, he just gets claps. There's no 2 ways about it. Kyo has been heating up, or Lauren's been cooling down, whichever way you want to look at it. And because of that, as you mentioned, time bank now roughly even. They do have some ults. You know, or some progress on some ults at least. The orbital ray definitely the important one. Crocs though almost dies.
He's looking very solid here, but does end up going down early. Tama and Alba fall to very low HP, but with 2 players currently trapped in this mega room, I'm not entirely sure what Deimpero's plan here is. They aren't going to be able to get everybody out easily, but
one
it
shot.
looks like they do have
Big
very least
purple.
hit people.
Huge purple.
Rampage. 4 people hit with that. Both of your supports are dead. Gogo fighting two final blows and all of that. It's just Tama left, and he is not long for this world. That is perfect play from Deimpero.
Yeah, just stall time until they're able to get their respawns back, and they win off the back of that one ultimate. The issue is,
Fuck does Crocs win?
he's just that
How
guy.
does he live?
He's just that guy. He's just that guy. But no, if you're TA, you're walking back. Now that the Rampage is gone, there's no answer to Takuna's orbital ray. Yeah, Kiwi can match it in a smidgen, but oh, big knife. Can it punish? Not yet.
1 minute left now for TA. Definitely still winnable for them. They have the tools they need to take this point here. Cage fight coming up. Rally.
Nice, right.
Orbital, and that's going to be the first one expended as well. With Keo going down as well, that should just be the first point. And I think you're okay with giving it up for now if you're Deimpero.
Yeah, I reckon you are. They want to fight for it anyhow, and they might still get it as Piki will just take him down by his opposite number.
Taka's going to find that kill,
it's
but
closed out. Fair
shortly after everyone else goes down.
Hey.
35 seconds remaining. I mean, if you can stall this a little bit before the door opens, then that guarantees that all of Street Phase has to be done in overtime, but I don't think anybody's going to be close enough to contest it for very long there, if at all. So,
And also,
20 seconds remaining.
Also, got to remember that
Those
Alba
are-
used that rally like to ward off that repush. And while the repush didn't find much success, the Deimpero didn't have to spend a thing. So they're going to be at ult advantage here. So they have to build a fight win probably just around this cage. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's slam. Already getting a pick on the Crocs is big, but they opt to use the cage fight regardless immediately.
Wait, is this it?
More picks come out though. Keo and Park seal the deal. Deimpero should be able to just close this one out. No issues, no worries. Everything is gonna be all right.
1-on-1 here in this series. It turns out that all you need is a ban on that Kiriko, and suddenly it becomes a hell of a lot closer. Really struggling with this Junk Queen the entire time were TA, and because of that, I mean, how do you imagine how it must feel completing this map with like 3.5 minutes on that time bank and still losing? That's gonna be a tilter if I've ever heard one. That's gonna be absolutely like infuriating even.
Yeah, that is genuinely tragic. Like, you finish with how much time in the bank and you still don't get the win on the map
Sounds a bit
despite
crazy.
having that much more time.
Pack might be a force of nature, good lord. It's 8 deaths, just chilling. Gucci did struggle a little bit. Same amount of eliminations, but 17 deaths is that's a lot. He had a bit of a shitter,
Yeah.
realistically. I do hope it's rectified in good time. But something you could maybe look towards on that next. Because this is a bit of a gap. There's no two ways about it, right? 8 deaths v 17. I hate to be the numbers guy, the stats guy, the one who just points at the scoreboard and goes, "Guys, this guy's got the highest numbers." But that is how the game works sometimes.
It's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of unfortunate, but it is kind of just how it goes sometimes. So.
See what the next stage of bans gonna be: Torbjorn and Brigitte.
No Torbjorn, no Brigitte, no Lindholms this game. Interesting.
Got rid of them.
They have been destroyed completely. We are already into Dorado. Oh my goodness.
I will say again, the break ban is like purely targeted. They want Alba out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they don't like that guy.
Torp ban is interesting actually, because I don't know. It seemed like TA wanted to move towards it more, but I don't know. Maybe they want to play something super divey, like maybe have like Gucci Tracer, something like that. Oh, I need to sort my sides as well. But that's my initial thoughts, at least. Gonna see how it works out once we actually end up. Yeah, Gucci on the Tracer, Lauren on the Echo, just going for full dive. Double flex is not a bad solution to this. Again, Alba's Lucio is not fantastic, so when it comes to dive comps, and this appears to be the name of the game, it does mean you have a lot of resources. You probably play like Peekaboo, Alba on the kind of the same flank, and then everyone else kind of plays as more of a 3-man unit. Lauren Stickies could always be huge. But it's kind of curious to see that there's no hard hit scan being played, at least for now, because like Soj, Widow's still super strong here.
Very true, very true. Going in at long last, because we've been waiting 12 years for this map, of course.
Okay, Deimpero playing pretty much standard, boring Soj Genji has.
I like the Winston pick here from Tama a lot. I think it works a lot better than it does on Eichenwald, just very generally speaking, even if that second point is pretty good for the character. I think you're finding a lot more value consistently with Winston on this map, just on every single point. And despite Tekuno going down pretty early there, I think that this is still going fine if you're...
Okay,
TA.
whoa! It was almost the one shot onto Gucci, but they're able to trade it
Almost.
back. Close to spawn to TA means it really won't matter too much. I gotta say, as well, yeah, no, the Winston's just gonna find significantly more. You've got a lot of win cons here. Deimpero have to go like, pretty fast, otherwise they will eventually get poked out. So, you see here, Pax just bullied back pretty much instantly. But, dude, Gucci just gets one shot. This has is still not okay.
Yeah, I think there was a railgun involved in that too, so there was a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage hitting Gucci all at once there. My man was not surviving. It's unfortunate. And you're also not surviving when you get slept on sub 100 HP.
Oh,
That's
lovely duel there from Gucci. He just beats him to
beautiful.
death. That was 2 melees. And he
That
gets more
was
as well. The catch on to Go-Go means that TA, with, again, closer spawns, can just roll it through basically to completion here. I mean, it seems like both teams attacking is just the name of the game for them.
He's farming.
I thought Takuna was hiding for the sleep dart. I thought he was about to do some like high aura flank, but no,
I had no
just gets
idea
attacked.
why he was standing there, and then I saw the Kiriko teleport, and I was like, oh. Speaking of Kiriko, gets slept on the side here, and Lauren's able to shut that one down entirely. First point captured very quickly by TA.
Shout out CGL GOATS champion Daniel Clark. He's pretty good at flex support. I think it's kind of hard to argue right now that there's a better, at least flex support in the UK. You know, we can argue about one of the best in Europe, and I think he'd be relatively strong.
Real.
You know, I think.
Yo, shout out my goat Boombox.
I saw someone who looked exactly like Boombox on a UK train a couple months ago. I didn't want to like walk up to him and go, "Hey, did you play Overwatch like 5 years ago?" That'd be a bit weird.
Is that Isaac Charles?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Paulson could have been crazy, but instead we'll just hit the bubble. Nano onto Lauren has found relatively little so far, and so Deimpero probably have to build a fight plan around this Kitsu now. Or not.
Maybe not. Peekaboo is going to be finding a couple picks here.
Damn,
3 of them
Gucci.
to be precise. God damn, make it 4. This Tracer is just absolutely farming right now. Gucci, taking a note out of Getster's book.
I respect Lossie for continuing the Gucci beef by never catching his POV. Honestly, I would do the exact same thing.
How often is he hitting him though?
Okay, the boot comes through into the dive, finds relatively little value. OC popped, but Kyo not finding much so far, and the downpour as well with Flub.
Yeah, downpour. I think it was like tried to just connect onto Tama, but doesn't end up finding him at all. And I think he would have been fine anyway. He did have the Primal Rage to save himself in the worst case scenario, but Kyo's gonna find a pick onto Takuno, and just like that, a lot of your sustain is gone. I hate that Curie skin. Oh my god, how can you people see where you're aiming with that giant sleeve in the way?
Vibes.
It's awful.
It's as simple as that. Alpha's bringing around the roses there with Crocs, and he's able to escape as well. Oh, Crocs is the one under scrutiny now. I mean, harried from every which way, and though the block is strong, so is the healing. We'll be able to escape in exchange for giving up all the map control in the world. Realistically, tries to put the pressure right back onto Al, but misses the slash just by a meter, which means that Gucci's able to find the elimination. Pulse will maybe not just loose yet.
No, I don't think he needs to let this one fly quite yet, especially with Crocs off the field. There's no tank. There's barely any point presence right now for Deimpero, especially with that many more players going down. You do expend the pulse to try to force Kyo out from that position or find the elimination period, but eventually it does go down anyway. Crocs is going to swap over to the ball in an effort to recontest, but it will be a vain one, so back to the queen he goes.
I think it's better here than on the other points of the map. Good is maybe a stretch though, right? You don't have the ult, which is, I think, the main reason why you end up playing the queen. You get these rampage just win fights. And so...
see the hazard here?
Sorta, yeah, to be honest.
Okay.
Or I would actually probably rather see like a Winston mirror, just punish the backline on cooldown. Takuna's most definitely been punished. A railgun achieves that pretty effectively.
Yeah, very nice shot from Kyo there. Finding the dome of Takuno right off the bat, but going in here, finding another pick on the Lauren is really nice, but Pot going down, not going to be able to contribute much to the rest of this fight, but it doesn't matter because Kyo is just holding his own on DPS right now. Several kills with railguns in that fight. Really well played.
Yeah, lovely work from the Sojourn of Deimpero. It's been in and out of top level of play, feels like in EMEA for more than a little while now. But at the end of the day, he's going to have to do that for a little bit more time because there's still 2 minutes left on this bank. TA have all 5 chat marks. Deimpero have 3, almost 4. So this fight should be one filled with fireworks, to say the very least. Nano engaged to start things off.
Kyo finding it a pick very early with the use of that overclock. Alba going down very quickly, and just like that, both of your supports are gone. You've lost your Tracer. You've lost both of your DPS, and now Tama. Is he even going to be able to escape this, or is he just going to get brutally staggered here?
Oh, Alper as well. He misses cleanse. Just donates himself to the cause. That's crazy there. Dude, that's a perfect fight for Deimpero. Like, they use only OC. They get Nano and Jupe out. Lauren decides to mirror the Sojourn. I think fair enough. It has looked a little bit more comfortable for him. Not the Echo was by any means bad, but his Sojourn is just so good on those longer range sight lines.
No, I think the Echo was putting in genuinely great work there, but I think it also says something that Keo has been seeing his best play in the series so far on this map, right? Like, it's just been phenomenal from him. Lights out on this half thus far. Let's see if he can find anything else here. It doesn't look like he'll do it immediately, but with both of these Kisane rushes expended, Alpha's running out first, and there it is. As soon as I stop talking about him, he's gonna find a headshot onto Peekaboo. Really well played there. Now Crocs going to be able to stay alive through that primal rage, and then Keo just fights two more. Like, he can't be stopped.
Q has been there every single time Deimpero needs him to. You know, I think it was a little bit louder for Pack on that last map, but Q's like pick potential has been absolutely through the roof. It's like he's playing Widowmaker in this Sojourn half the time. But more than enough to clean up that previous fight.
15 seconds now for TA to come in and be able to touch and see if they can get an overtime push going. They should be able to touch at very least. Nice stick onto the Junker Queen, but it's not going to be able to take it out just yet. That shout was a bit out as well. Tama goes down super early in this fight, and that should just seal the deal. Nobody is going to be able to push this cart very much further, and 41 meters is all the TA are going to get on this third point. No overtime this time around.
Why are you talking about Dip? He's not even in the server. Again, something I've said before, but one of the things I do love about Crocs is that he's just always typing. It's so entertaining, you know? Gucci's DC'd as well, so we've got a minute to calm down.
Gucci got a little bit, he had enough. He had enough.
I think we have seen.
Warning: we are still in fact paused.
We are still paused, so we'll be paused for a little while.
Just unpausing now, I believe.
Okay, so we are about 2 minutes of pause. Okay then. In that case, you know, I feel like it's worth mentioning that TA were on the actual hard dive areas of the map. We're finding a lot more success. Deimpero can't really match the dive in any way, shape, or form. But when it comes onto the Queen and like superior positioning, then TA just don't really have the tools. Again, they would normally play like Malga into it, but their Malga comp has Brig that's currently banned out, which isn't working out so well for them. So all they have to do, is hold before we get into the third point. So the progress of TA is very nice. Normally you want it like round an extra corner. I think on the third point is about where the par is for this map, but it's very winnable. Just the thing that's kind of worrying me is that TA have not managed to mount a strong defense yet on Eichenwalde. You know, will something change here on the different comps? Only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see going forward into the second half here. I kind of wonder if Lauren's just gonna walk out on the Sojourn this time rather than starting on that Echo, because despite the fact that the Echo looked really, really solid, I think the Sojourn, like, matching the Sojourn of Keo is definitely the play here. So I don't know, it's not easy to tell like immediately just upon first glance what's going to be happening, but we'll see.
Indeed we will. Indeed we shall. Just gotta wait for the pause to roll out before we actually see what comps we're gonna play. As a reminder, in case anyone's forgotten or not looked at the top of the screen, Brig Tor with the bans. The Tor ban came through from Deimpero and came through from TA, sorry, and Deimpero ban Break. So I feel like these are the really strong bans for Deimpero largely out the way, but I'd imagine that when we go to map number 4, then they'll be looking to ban like a Malga here to force Tama onto a different ground tank. I think when I was first introduced to Tama, he was playing Orisa, Winston, and Doomfist, as I recall, in the Class Clash tournament. But so far, we've mainly just seen the Malga here, Winston when he feels like it. But definitely been a player who's been up and coming for a little while. When he was on Celtas, That roster was always deeply competitive. I don't believe ever made it into a top 16 OWCS, but was always just on the outside of it. And here, looking to crack into the real top echelon for the first time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because obviously only one of these teams can win today, and they're looking both pretty solid right now. So no idea who's gonna end up walking away with this win, but it could end up being a very contested top cut of EMEA going into the next split
into relegation.
OWCS, with relegation on the line for a couple teams up there.
So
the teams rocking out on the Winston.
Yeah, Kiri Lucio versus Double Flex. Double Flex defensively is generally easier to play. You know, as long as your Ana doesn't get dived, you're kind of pickle chilling. You win outside of dives, Deimpero win in it, so as long as you keep them poked out, then you're just very comfortable. Pac has recall 4s and so has to run away, and the same can be said of Tama. But everyone's kind of stable from TA. They have so much healing that if anyone's knocked down low, it'll be fixed in just a second. We'll go cart at some point, though.
Nice, but part progress is going pretty
Takuno's
decent
dead.
for Deimpero so far. Ooh, what a dive. Yeah, that was super well coordinated. Both of your supports are down if you're TA. This defense is crumbling right off the bat, and just like that, it's just going to be Gucci able to stall for a little bit longer here, but it won't be forever, and you won't be able to find a pick in return.
I will say, I think Alba has a lot of the time been sacrificing himself in positions where maybe he doesn't need to, trying to save somebody from an unsalvageable situation, right, with that cleanse. A recontest could come through, but they just don't want to go for it. 5 minutes plus in the time bank. And remember what I was saying earlier about TA not really having strong defensive sides? They're really not feeling it right now, just getting kind of microwaved.
Do you think that Brigitte ban ends up mattering a lot here, or do you think Alba just still struggles, like, despite that on this map?
I think it absolutely is going to be an issue. You know, if they want to go towards something ground-based, then they have to keep playing double flex. And we're seeing here, I mean, look how quickly Takuno died to basically just a solo monkey dive. A Brig can mark that, a Brig can peel back. Alba tries, but he's not on Brig, so it just doesn't work.
Fair enough, fair.
Nice chase from Gucci over peaks. Oh dear, if he hit that pulse, at least he'd trade it. But Tamada gets the same done.
Punished for an overextension there, but Lauren gonna come out with the duplicate onto the Winston. Does not last very long though. And now, just another bit of a fight here from TA. Tama's gonna use that Primal Rage, try to find a little bit of pressure onto the supports, but Gogo's just gonna say no thanks, boop him away in the general direction he'd just come from. And yeah, TA's just unable to find a whole lot of value here. Crocs is forced to use his own Primal Rage here, unfortunately. But Keo finding more and more picks at the very beginnings of these fights. Absolutely massive, especially considering he shut down the Kitsune Rush.
That's just perfect from Deimpero. They get ults out of TA. There's probably not a chance for a proper recontest, but they're going to try for it anyway. First touch comes through from Gucci, but who's got the second?
Tama. He's there. He doesn't have anything close to his Primal Rage, but he does have a nano on him. And Gogo does get taken out of the picture. Keo on the high ground with that overtouch, though. Lauren is going to be able to clap back, but I don't think they were going to be able to touch at all with how on fire Keo's been anyway.
TA, the silver lining, and this is the most cope I think I've ever coped. It's that their ults are so low that they can swap to whatever they want, and it'll be pretty valuable. They move towards basically the full mirror without the tracer. Gucci moving towards Cassidy, being more of a flex player than a particular. They can't see 9 out. 2 meters left to go for 4 minutes. This is actually brutal.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes to have to hold 2.5 meters. It's just it's not happening. This is a good first fight here. Shout out to Lauren for getting a couple of really impactful picks, but Pac is able to get out with his life. Potentially find a health pack or a support to heal him up just a little bit more. But there's 3 ultimates available for Deimpero, and Crocs is on that Junker Queen that we've been pointing out this entire time. These rampages have been impactful every single time they've been used, and I don't expect it to be too different here, despite the fact that Kiriko is on the table this time. Kiwi does go down super early, though, so once again, maybe a fight that TA are able to hold on.
They're gonna have to wait for Tama to be back. That's the real stress. It won't be too long, but this respawn timer is gonna feel like centuries if you are TA. Because any sort of rotate that a Deimpero go for could get onto your back line and trade out Gucci.
Uh-oh. They're gonna be able to run him down. Takuno also going down. Lauren has to pop this overclock and try to find
Just
a pick
kill,
quickly
you just
here.
can't
And he does
touch.
find go, but it's not enough. There's not gonna be a touch. And Deimpero, they're gonna find this third map of Dorado. No issues whatsoever.
Like I said, it feels like any single time we see TA in a defensive position, they kind of just fall over, for lack of a better phrase, right? Things very rarely going in their favor. And again, part of that was the bans, in my opinion. The break ban kind of just ruined them. But it is also just maybe a bit of a stylistic thing, because we saw the exact same thing happen on that previous map, right? So we're at a point now where TA, they lose the next one, they will lose this series entirely. Deimpero will be able to take it 3-1, so for their sakes, I hope they can clutch it up. Take a quick look at the stats from that, and Gogo had a bit of a stinker. But it also helped that Kyo was just nuclear. 38 elims is just out of this world, realistically. And Gucci, 5 elims?
That's
Fuck me.
fucking crazy.
He shit the bed. There's no choice
That's
about
insane.
it. He's 5 and 6.
I cannot believe it. The moment he can't play Torbjorn, he can't get Elin. That's crazy.
See, Gucci's normally really good as well, but he's 5 and 6. And the stat's gonna be broken or something, because I swear he got more than that.
No, I'm just flaming for no reason. I'll keep it a buck.
No, I get it, but like, I swear, like, just visually, he got
How
more
is
than
he
5
doing
elims.
less damage than his supports?
I don't know.
That's just what happened there.
I really couldn't tell you. Gucci left map after attack. PT died. Oh, so it's gonna reset the
you're
stats.
Right. Yeah, you're. Totally
So it just like
right.
one
I
shit
forgot
half.
about that.
So I was like, I swear we saw him just visually get more than that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Okay, that makes sense. Now I feel stupid.
Yeah. I still think he somewhat struggled on that trade, so I think we'd love to see a bit more from him. But
Yeah.
yeah, not the half that you're looking for overall.
Unfortunate.
So next we've got Queen and Juno bans on Esperanza.
Queen I've seen enough TA wins.
Yes, yeah.
TA wins. Queen ban, TA wins.
I was gonna say. And the good thing is with the Queen ban is it gives you your Malga protect, so you can get your Malga through into map number 4. So I think this is about as good as a choice you could realistically get. Just gonna get into lobby now and see how that's gonna go.
Do you think that it's possible we see the Malga ban on map 5 then?
I assume it's gonna come through. You know, unless the map is gonna be something super vertical, then don't see why not.
Yeah,
you know?
that's fair. Yeah. But wait, what's even left? It's like Flashpoint, right?
Yeah, it would be, and Malga's good on Flashpoint, so
Yeah, we're probably getting a Malga ban if we go to map 5.
I'd be very surprised if we didn't. I'd be incredibly surprised if we didn't, in fact. I mean, it does feel like with no Queen though, it will just end up being Deimpero end up losing, because it feels like all their wins have been off the back of Queen, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna DM you this. You can show the stream this if you want.
Yeah.
But flame my taste.
I can't really flame this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, this is a good opinion.
I just figured you'd see a couple of roughly ordered of the ones in the second one. And
It's
be like,
roughly
what are
ordered,
they doing
so,
here?
you know, I can't really
What are they
complain.
doing here? Like,
You know,
I
like,
don't know. That's fair.
I really can't complain.
I thought this would be a
Congratulations, you
funny
get
idea.
an award for doing a good thing.
Hell yeah. I won't lie. I thought this would be a funnier bit where like, you see one name on, like one name that you're like, what the fuck are they doing there? Like amongst these legends. Like, so for context, chat, I've been spending like time since Eichenwald putting together like a list of my favorite rappers, and I was like, surely Spectreon will find something to flame about this list. but no, he can't. There's just nothing.
I'm not in a hating mood, you know? Just chilling.
What do you mean you're not in a hating mood? You're always in a hating mood.
I'm not always in a hating mood. Lottie's too much of a hater. She like saps my hating energy.
I see.
We ban Juno. They ban Juno? Yeah, I mean, they've got to. Okay, my sides are right. Technically, my bans are on the wrong side, but suck it the fuck up, I guess.
Dude,
Okay, yeah.
I know. So I had not heard much of Sabrina Carpenter's music before like a few weeks ago. And Sabrina Carpenter has a song called Juno that will now never leave my brain whenever I see a Juno being played in Overwatch. Like,
it wasn't inspired by the film Juno with Elliot Page and Michael Cera.
Yeah, probably not.
It was.
Maybe
She said so.
Oh, damn. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know shit about movies.
Oh, TA, you're playing Lucio Kiri because they don't have Juno. Makes sense, actually.
Shout out Lucio Kiri.
We're going to see Alba on the Lucio, see how that works out, because he's been avoiding this like the plague so far.
I mean, Alba was on the Lucio at the end of Dorado there, but I'm pretty sure there's a reason we don't remember that very
He got
well.
2 fights out of it.
Yeah, he got like 2 fights out of it, and I don't think he did much in either of them. So. But either way, I would love to see Alba turn up here. Lucio gameplay, always fun to watch, and Gogo's been lights out this series, frankly, so...
Just looking for a shot is Lauren. Oh, that slide forced earlier than you'd like, but at the end of the day, you can slide pretty loosely. You're playing into Orisa double hit scan. Like, no one can chase you down at any given point. Both teams waiting for an advantage to come through. This is kind of like watching paint dry, to be honest, because TA can't peek, but Deimpero can't walk into them. They're going to try to force an advantage now, but while Lauren goes down, the mirrored Kitsus are going to just enforce this deadlock.
Deadlock? That's not the game we're watching right now.
Come on, man. Dude, Gucci's finally dead. Q finds a double kill.
There we go.
Something finally dies, and it takes a Q triple kill.
Dude.
Good lord.
Like, Keo has been turning up in these last few maps here, man. Like, Dorado was his playground, and now he's just farming at the very beginning here. He's got 95% to his...
To a railgun. Oh, to an OC, yeah.
His OC. Also, shout out to whoever just typed Korea Tactics, AFK, and win.
It's always
chat.
Crocs. If somebody's typing, it's Crocs.
Shout out Crocs. My man's the typer. He dies immediately.
Yeah. That's the curse of typing. Okay, because that was so easy, then a TA, if they don't find exit frags, will probably not be able to get any real progress. Crocs will be back relatively fast, right? And Deimpero just kind of walk back, and with Gucci dying as well, it means his recontest with Crocs is going to be even better.
Yep, Keo's going to be able to find that one pretty quickly there. And I don't even think they're going to be able to get any progress whatsoever on this.
Ajax! Gogo just says Ajax!
That's crazy! Why are you using beat? That word.
Nah, shout out Daniel Clark one time. Oh.
Oh no. Oh no, Gogo. You can't do that. That's magic.
Yeah, just Crocs shoved in the closet. Tries to Terra Surge, but his ass is swapping, surely.
Yeah,
there's no way you actually thought that would work. At the end of the day, it's relatively... Okay, it wasn't even that spenny. TA use support ults, and that's going to be it. Deimpero do the same, but unfortunately... We gotta dissect this man's brain. What is he, French? Oh, lovely cage. They want Kyo's ass dead, and they're gonna achieve exactly that.
And Alba's just gonna stay on the point, keep it moving, keep that bot pushing forward.
Hey,
and
somebody's gonna do it.
TA, they've got the lead here. I want to see map 5.
I want to see map 5.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I
would be so down.
We had a map 5 yesterday. That's kind of heat.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it.
Poking back and forth. Deimpero with this Kitsu know that it's their only ultimate and know that TA have the check mark. So if I'm them, I'm probably just playing defensively. As Croc said, AFK and win. But at the end of the day, because TA are the ones with the lead, then they can just do that for longer. So eventually Deimpero will probably have to push. They're hoping their opponents make a mistake like pushing. And, I mean, Gucci's only happy to oblige.
I mean, we'll take that every day of the week. Just walking out into all 5 people. Why
Crocs,
are you
he
just
stands in the
standing?
cone!
God, man! What are you doing? Crocs!
It's
What?
not...
Jesus Christ!
It's not ideal. Alba hits 4. Obviously, Gucci's not here, but Takuno's just able to off-angle indefinitely. I mean, this is so good for TA. They are 1 for 1. They trade Tank for Torbjorn. You take that every bloody day of the week, realistically, and now you got better ults for the next fight.
I'm still fucking tilted about Crocs. He does swap to the Sigma. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that swap. I like
good.
Sigma, very generally speaking, but into the Mauga, I feel like you're just gonna get run down sometimes.
With sticking to Mauga, as long as you save your grasp, like until he runs, then you're kind of chill. If you grasp before he runs, though, you are instantly dead.
Yeah.
Because like the stun like sucks. Whatever, you confirm that shit. But if you have grasp and then you can grasp it, then it's great. But if you grasp before, he can just cancel it and run you over, or just wait it out and then do it 10 seconds later. So I think it's decent. I think Crocs is a pretty good at this hero. But I think Kyo being dead does kind of negate all of that.
Pac took the fucking level 3 turret upgrade.
I mean, I think it's okay on this map. I think you have to remember how many chokes are there. Pac, though, might not be long for this world. Some healing and some speed is going to allow him to survive on 26 HP for an extra second or 2. But Gucci's able to find the gap. And Crocs maybe is a smidgen more forward than I'd love.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. But the bot does end up confirming forward spawns for TA once again. This is getting out of hand. This is just getting more and more out of hand by the second for the side of Deimpero. They give up another 2 meters there, and that might not seem like a lot, but when you're down by this much,
Gucci.
It absolutely is. And there's that graph used before the slam. There's the cage fight used, and it doesn't matter this time around because Pac had the Molten Core to work with.
Well, also having the shields means that Tamosori was expecting a bunch of self-heals to come through from Cardiac. It just doesn't, because obviously you don't get the life steal from the shield. So that's the other strength of the Sigma into the Amalgam matchup. Shield dancing is so easy because he's just so slow. Slammed early, but he's got grasp, so he's pickle chilling. Tama's gonna die here very likely unless TA peels him out, and they're able to do that. But it's harder than they really like.
They do get him out, but at 36 meters and building continually here. That turret going down does just mean 12 seconds of none of that shit. And
yo, what's up, Bolskone? Thanks for the raids.
Raid! Hi, Bolskone.
Yeah. I know it's huge.
Yo,
We've probably got
Bolskone
another map 5 here today, so
Probably.
strap in. Deimpero VTA. I mean, I assume it goes that far. They do have control of the bot. You know, 2.5 minutes left, and Deimpero. I will say I'm worried about these ultimates here. That is going to be the huge issue here for TA.
See, this
I mean, I'll be honest, I
This
can't confirm nor deny because there's 30 seconds in the game left for me.
is what I'm talking about, right? When I say I don't want to see level 3 turret on this map, this is why. Obviously, it's flatter than some of the other maps, but that wall turret is still so impactful, man. You can put it in so many spots.
Wait, they solo flex Gucci? They really want to take him down, and they don't even manage that.
They want this man dead, and they can't even do that. You hate to see it.
Kyo, I mean, his flank Sojourn angle is just diabolical, right? He's actually in Narnia and still finding value. Kyo dead, the top turret as well. 150 rail, won't have a chance to connect him to anyone else. And with Lauren and Takuna both going down, it might end up being that Deimpero has been able to flip the script here. They'll be able to get more progress on the bot, but will it be enough to match TA's progress? I gotta say, probably not, right? You look at the check marks for the next fight, there's going to be Cage versus Torbolt. Is going to be essentially just that. I mean, listen, if you're TA, you play defensive, I think you're kind of chilling here. If Pac engages with the Molten Core, then you can find a pretty free cage. If TA go first, I imagine they'll get punished as well.
They just give up forwards, but I don't agree with that. I think they should have played a little bit more aggressively. I don't think they had to at all. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's a little unfortunate there, but either way, Deimpero definitely in a spot now where it's significantly more winnable, but TA still looking pretty solid here. Like you say, they do have that cage to work with, and there's the Kitsune rush as well, charging that one up very quickly. Gonna be able to go in, rush down, and force people out. And just like that, Deimpero, they're forced to give up the robot, and now they are on the back foot in a completely
They're trying to
different
catch
spot.
the robot. This is actually a really nice play from TA. Because Deimpero go the long way to wrap, then even if they win this fight, they'll be in the exact same position as they started things out.
There's the cage. Not going to be a Torbolt to respond to that one either. But Lauren goes down. Kyo, both Sojourns out of the picture as it stands here. Alba almost goes down, but not quite. Tama as well.
Kiwi.
Will end up going on that to Kitsune Rush. And that's a nice pick onto Kiwi. But it's really just a question of 30 seconds left in the game. Is Deimpero's efforts going to be enough at this point, or are we going to a map 5?
They only need one fight, but they only have one fight. Flux going to be active for Crocs, beats mirrored out across the board. Torbolt for Gucci is going to be the cherry on top of things. So these ults are about as even as can be. Overtime Wick is going to start in just a couple of seconds. Whoever throws the opening blow, whoever connects it, could be deciding how this series ends up going.
Down goes the Molten Core. He's going to be denying a lot of space from around that robot. Flux comes out, but so does the beat, so it's not going to be able to find any final blows here. Hack loses out on the turret, but Kyo's going to be the first one in the game to find a pick here. More picks coming out. Crocs finding Tama. That should just do it. Deimpero, despite my doubts, it looks like they are just going to take this one in a 3-1 series.
That is crazy. I mean, it looked kind of over. It looked kind of Jove at like multiple points throughout each Esperanza. Obviously, we watched that Samoa, and it started out being so dominantly in TA's favor. But when push comes to shove, when they actually play against the Deimpero, I think they get kind of outbanned, realistically. Right? I think their hero pool got somewhat exposed. I think they weren't able to do the same against the Deimpero. And I think because of that, it ends up being 3-1. But what a close 3-1 it was, right?
It felt super close throughout that whole thing. There were points where I genuinely thought TA were just gonna run away with it,
Absolutely,
without even like thinking about it. Right? It didn't feel like it was going to be nearly as close as it ended up being. But I mean, big ups to Deimpero. Like they absolutely did a phenomenal job of clapping back at that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, for a team who was really looking to make it towards OWCS, when both of them are, then Deimpero having this win is so nice. You know, teams already know who they might have to play in relegation, that being Sakurai Esports and Vision, and Deimpero fighting this kind of step up against a team who they should on paper be super competitive with is such a huge mental boon going forward towards the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with, as we've mentioned earlier, especially with that relegation tournament coming up pretty soon here. So it'll be interesting to see if Deimpero can keep this momentum up going forward towards the potential chance to play in OWCS proper next stage. Up against the likes of Twisted Minds, of Gen G, of Virtus Pro. So I'm excited to see if these guys can potentially punch up.
Yeah, it's most definitely a possibility. One final look at the stats, and you'll see it was just lights out from Pack and Kiwi, being 2 deaths apiece. Just to play a little bit more cleanly were Deimpero. I think anytime they lost a pick, they would all just run back as soon as possible. It turns out in those big 5v5 fights, then it was typically Deimpero who were winning those out. TA were largely winning off of just individual picks, it felt like, and not able to find enough when all is said and done. Then they have a super rewarding win. I think that's kind of everything for us, though. I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow. I picked a game for it. I can't remember which one. I'll find out now, actually.
Very cool.
I tend to just decide on the day. Yeah, I'm doing an expert game. I'm doing Smooth Pistols v Velto. And I'll probably stream on Friday as well. Thanks.
I mean, tomorrow...
Yeah.
We also have our CGL match tomorrow.
That's true. Good lord. Yeah, you'll be streaming that on your Twitch. Gets to 49.
I'll be streaming that on my Twitch.
If you want to watch us,
I mean,
loop feed.
Speaking of streaming on my Twitch, I'll probably do that right now just to play some ranked because I feel like playing the video game right now.
Fair enough.
So I'll do that for a little bit.
But no, thanks so much for Lossie for observing. She's always fucking fantastic, realistically.
True.
Shout out Lottie one time. Thanks, Gedster, for popping in. for doing some
Yer.
play-by-play for me. And
Yer.
I think that's everything. So I shall bid you all adieu, and I'll see you the next time.
Cool.